What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We are back on the Desolation map, and we're out in front of the rewind again. Oh no, more rewind! Ah, psych! We're not doing rewind. Rewind work is done, guys. Okay, I'm pretty much finished with the rewind. No need to step back in there. We'd have a lot of rewind festivities this last week and a half, I guess. Maybe it was even 2 weeks. So that's done. We're gonna work on something else today. I'm gonna start a new project. This is gonna be called the Regal Beagle. And you know, it's based. I've been doing a lot of 80s work recently, from the commercials to the nightclubs. It's been an 80s themed bean builds to beats. It's been 80s themed around here for a while. So I thought, what should my next project be? And I thought back to my childhood when I used to watch reruns of Three's Company on TV. And the Regal Beagle is the bar that, I don't know if you guys even know what Three's Company is. Probably 99% of you probably have no idea. But it was a show in the 80s, and there was a bar called the Regal Beagle there. And they never actually show the bar, so it doesn't look like anything in particular. I mean, I have no idea what it's supposed to look like. So I just took the name, basically. I took the name Regal Beagle, and I'm going to be building a Regal Beagle. It's like a bar, nightclub. It's more bar. It's just a bar, okay? It's where the neighbor Larry spends all of his time. Chasing the ladies. So, okay, that's what I'm going to be building today. I'm just going to do the exterior and a little bit on the interior, get as much work as I possibly can done for you guys, because today is Monday. And you know what happens on Mondays, guys. It's Creative Question of the Week time, where I answer the questions from the community. Oh, I love this part of the channel. It's my favorite. I love it so much. So keep those questions coming. Put them in the comment section below. No question is off topic. Just make sure it's a creative question. Something I can talk about for 15 minutes. Like, what does your gamer tag mean? It's not a creative question. I know you're all dying to know, but I want to answer a question with some substance behind it, okay? And it could be about anything, so put those in the comment section below. I love your questions. All right, today's Creative Question of the Week question comes from Atomic Zom Slayer, and he says, I think that because the Covetonians were being so corrupt and downright evil, and external entities sent the monsters to come and punish them. That's why they came through portals. This is just a guess / theory. Tell me, Bean, if I'm even close to correct. And also, are there clues to this in the map if it's right? Oh, thank you, Atomic Zom Slayer. Great question. I've been meaning to answer this question for a long time. We spent a lot of time thinking about the backstory of Coveton and why this happened. And the whole reason I'm building this map is to kind of tell like a moral lesson. A moral lesson is kind of what I'm going for here. And you're only going to find out this lesson through playing. You're going to figure out, the more you explore the city of Coveton, the more you find out that this city is downright evil. It's corrupted to the core. Alright, everything about this city is just negative. Just all this negative energy just coming out of this city. And one day, just out of nowhere, seemingly, portals open up to another dark dimension, and out of these portals came these evil monsters, these evil entities that just ripped the city and tore it all to pieces, okay? And everyone's dead, alright? So, what I wanted to say with this is that, and this is what I'm going to be talking about today, guys. No, there's no external force. Okay, it's so hard to explain. There's no external entity sending these monsters. The city of Coveton brought it upon themselves, because you get back what you put into this world. Whatever you put into this world will be sent back to you multiplied. And science can't prove this, but I'm going to explain my thoughts on this today, because this is a moral lesson that I think that we could all learn from. Whatever you put out into this universe is what you're going to get back. So you got to really be cognizant, be very aware of what kind of energy you're sending out to people, how you're affecting other people, how you're affecting your environment, how you're just living your life, because any negativity that you put out there is going to be returned back to you. And this happens on an energetic level. Okay, and this is what I wanted to express through Covetonians. Now, scientifically speaking, science is just starting to be aware of this through string theory. If you know much about string theory, it's very complicated, string theory. There's multi-aspects, there's multifaceted, there's a lot of aspects of string theory, but part of string theory recognizes that everything that we know to exist vibrates at a certain frequency. And that's basically where the science ends and where my meditation begins. Through meditation, this is what I've learned, guys. Everything. You, your neighbor, your dog, your shoes, your socks, that rock. Everything vibrates at a very specific frequency. Okay? This is an energetic vibration, not a literal vibration. Your molecules, I mean, I guess they are vibrating in a sense, but I mean, energetically speaking, everything is vibrating at a certain frequency, sort of like a radio station, okay? The different signals flowing throughout the world, of radio signals, okay? Now, the law of the universe works that the only thing that can come into your reality are things that vibrate near your frequency. That's just the law of the universe. This is all through meditation. I don't expect you to believe this, okay? But this is what I've learned. And anyone who truly wants to find out these answers can watch past Creative Question of the Week videos. I get into it, guys. You can figure this out for yourself through my methods. The methods I've detailed. But everything vibrates at a certain frequency. And you can only... The only thing that can enter your reality are things that vibrate at near your frequency. So when you vibrate at a negative frequency is a very low vibrational frequency. Okay, things are moving slowly. So things like fear, anger, hatred, racism, you know, it's this idea of separation. All of these things are very low frequencies. And when you vibrate at those frequencies, your reality will be filled with other things that are like that. That are at that low frequency. You are creating your life by the way that you vibrate. So when you vibrate, when you spread out a lot of fear or a lot of hatred, that's what you're going to get back, because only the things that vibrate at that frequency are going to be able to enter into your perception. Okay? That's why things like, you know, Donald Trump, let's use him as an example. He's put out a lot of bigotry, a lot of fear-mongering, a lot of hatred into the world. And what does he get? What is his reality filled with? He's got a lot of haters, guys. The people who support him vibrate at a similar frequency to him. They're also bigots. They're also fearmongers. They're also people who hate. So the people who vibrate with Donald Trump all vibrate at a very low negative frequency. The people who hate Donald Trump, and there's a lot of haters. People are just saying all sorts of bad things about him. They vibrate at a slightly higher frequency, but they still vibrate at a low frequency. His haters and his supporters, all of them. If you've been hating on Donald Trump, then you probably vibrate at a very low frequency, a negative frequency, because he's in your perception. He's in your reality. If you didn't want to know anything about Donald Trump, if you vibrate at a very high frequency, you wouldn't be spreading hate to him, because he doesn't even enter on your radar. Okay? But people who hate on Donald Trump, they can't accept him for who he is, and so they rebel against it. And that's another form of lower frequency. That's not accepting people for who they are. Okay, is what I'm trying to say about this. When you don't accept people for who they are, it's judgment. And you're vibrating at a lower frequency. So the people who vibrate higher, they don't care about Donald Trump. It's not even part of their life, basically, okay? So that's just an example of, you know, attracting the kind of vibrations that you attract. Think of it this way. This is a good way. We talked about radio signals, okay? Imagine that every single person is a different vibrational frequency. And when you tune the dial, just like a radio station, okay, when you turn the dial, you can only receive that station's frequency. That's sort of how it's called the law of attraction. It's how things work. You can research law of attraction, put it into Google. Just don't that secret lady, don't listen to what she says. Okay, that's misinformation. If you guys know what the secret is, but the law of attraction works so that when you are tuned into a certain frequency, the only thing that can come in is that channel. Okay, so when you're tuned into hatred, the only thing that's going to come into your realm is hatred. That's how the law of attraction works. So whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you focus on, whatever your life is about, you're going to attract more of that to you. So using this law of attraction, you can actually start to change your life by changing yourself. Okay? And a lot of people say, well, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's look at another. Here's an analogy. When you're looking in a mirror and you're frowning, right? You don't want to be frowning. You want to be smiling. Do you change the mirror? Do you change the outside exterior, or do you change your mouth? Think about that analogy. So if you wanted to change your life, you're not going to change the things outside in your life, because that's exactly what you've attracted to you. You change your smile. You change you. You change the way you see the world. You change the way you interact with the world. You change the way you feel about the world. And the world will change with you, because as you raise your vibration and raise your frequency, you're going to start to attract things of that frequency. And if you raise it higher and higher, then you can only attract higher things into your frequency, like love and friendship and happiness and money and success. All right? Those are the things you're going to start to attract. So whenever you have the option, okay, we talked about this in a past Creative Question of the Week video, but events in your life, they're not negative or positive. They're completely neutral. Everything in your life is neutral. What makes it positive or negative is your view of it. Well, let me give you another example. Let's say a college diploma, okay? You graduate college. Now, most of you are saying, well, that's a great thing. And you assign it positivity. You assign the acquiring of a diploma, you assign it positivity. Most people do. But that's not true. It's neutral. The positives of getting a diploma are you're going to get probably a high-paying job. You're going to have job security. People are going to look up to you, I guess. People, people look up in our society to people with college diplomas, right? That's the positive, but most people don't see the negatives. I mean, there's a downside to everything. That might mean now that you're trapped doing something you don't necessarily want to do for the next 50 years. It can mean that you've spent 4 years and $150,000 on something that you might not bring you the highest joy. It's basically, there's a lot of negatives to everything. But you assign things positivity or negativity, right? So if you look at all these neutral events, if you look at all of them from a positive, high vibrational frequency standpoint, then all of these events in your life, whether you label them positive or negative, will start to be positive, because that's the way you see it. And you'll start to attract more positivity. And it's like a snowball effect. It keeps growing and growing and growing. So if you, what's an example? Let's say, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example that's most people would say is negative, and we can find the positive aspects of it. Give me an idea, guys. I don't know. I'm blanking right now. What's a positive? Anything. Put it in the comment section. Put a negative event in the comment section, and I will reply to it with the positive aspects of it. Let's do it that way. Let's get some involvement here, guys, because like I said, every single thing in this universe is neutral. There's no positivity. There's no negativity. It's you. It is you giving it that. So change the way you see the world, and the world around you will change, just like the mirror. The smile is not going to change if you change the mirror. The smile is going to be the same, or the frown. I mean, the frown's going to be a frown still. If you want it to be a smile, you have to change. So think about that analogy, and think about, it's grounded in science, but science on this is so young. I mean, we're just starting to scratch the surface of it. So look up string theory, and it might give you some insights, but, the thing is, guys, is that our technology at the moment, can't measure energy, basically. The energetic imprints of things. And that's why all of this is not really provable in science, but it is provable if you put it into practice in your life, because you will see a difference. If you wake up every single morning and you start just thinking about all the things you have to be grateful for, suddenly that job that you don't want to go to is a lot more easier to manage. Suddenly, you know, the kids that were causing you so much trouble, they start to be a joy. You know, suddenly school isn't a burden, it's an opportunity. You know, that if you change your outlook, then your world around you changes like magic. So it's all you, and take responsibility. If something in your life isn't going the way you want it to go, maybe it's because that's exactly what you attracted. Through your thoughts, through your actions, through your words, through your demeanor, through your feelings. You've attracted something that's at your vibrational level. So change your vibrational level, raise it to one of a more positive state, and slowly you will see things in your life become better and better and better. That's just the law of attraction. I mean, look it up online, guys. I'm just a messenger here. I don't know. I'm not some expert or anything, but this is something I've learned through other people, yes, but also through experience, through meditation. And, you know, a lot of people are starting to understand this concept, and it's starting to, like the snowball, is starting to get bigger. So I encourage you guys to investigate a little bit and see if this has any validity. Put a negative situation in the comment section, and I'll show you guys how to look at it from a positive standpoint. I'm not going to shy away from anything. Think of the most negative thing you can. Alright guys, that is going to be the Regal Beagle. I love the way it sounds. That's the exterior, a little bit of the interior. I'll work on this more in the future, this week probably, and oh, it looks cool. I like it. I like it so far. It's hard to read, I know, but I'm telling you what it says, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright guys, that's going to be the episode for today. Leave a creative question in the comment section below, as well as a negative event. As always, happy Minecrafting. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Peace.